Everybody saw the footage. He laughed first. First. So that's not embarrassment.
Right.
He was laughing. And then in the time they cut to my brother and cut back, he was already up walking. So maybe it was the Jada look.
Right.
But I think that slap was the accumulation of him being slapped
on other levels.
Right.
The image of Will Smith walking onto a stage and smacking the hell out of Chris Rock is an incident that will never be forgotten. I mean, it's not every day something this shocking happens. Many of us even wondered if the whole incident was staged because it was hard to imagine the ever-charming and happy-go-lucky Will Smith physically assaulting someone. But it turns out that Chris's joke actually hit a nerve. Regardless, Will is now trying to do damage control after the big scandal. He has even made an apology video months after the incident at the Dolby Theatre. Well, Chris Rock's brother had a few things to say about this, which might not be too good for the Smith family's public image. What are those? Will Chris accept Smith's apology? Keep watching to find out. But before we get into today's video, I would ask you to give us a thumbs up and smash the subscribe button so that we know you want to see more of this content on the channel. Without any further delay, let's get right into the video. As we all know, this scandal took place on March 27th at the Oscars Gala. Several star-studded celebrities attended the awards night, and many movie lovers had their eyes glued onto the screens, eager to see who won this year's awards. Chris Rock was in charge of announcing the winner of the documentary feature Oscar. He decided to crack a few jokes, poke fun at some of the celebrities, and lighten up the room. However, his jokes targeted Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife, which was certainly not a good idea. He joked that he was excited to see her in G.I. Jane 2, referencing the 1997 film in which Demi Moore played a soldier with a shaved head. But what Chris didn't know was that Jada suffers from a condition called alopecia, which resulted in her losing all of her hair. She has even spoken publicly about her medical condition. Will Smith, being the doting husband he was, didn't hesitate to come to Jada's defense. Even though the entire audience, including Will Smith, initially laughed at the joke, Jada wasn't having any of it. Just seconds after the camera cuts away from them, Will is seen stomping on stage and smacking Chris right across the face. So was Will genuinely upset about the joke? Well, Tony Rock seems to think otherwise. For those of you who didn't know, Tony Rock is Chris Rock's younger brother. He is also a stand-up comedian and has taken on roles in Living Biblically and All of Us. Tony is extremely vocal about what went on at the Oscars. While Chris's whole family was devastated by the shocking incident, it seems that Tony took it the hardest. He has also admitted that the moment eats at him when he watches it because he's watching a loved one being attacked and there's nothing he can do about it. Will Smith, who felt guilty about the assault, wrote a written apology expressing his heartache. But just days later, when a fan asked if he approved of Will's written apology, he simply replied with a big fat no. But recently, he has opened up about the incident during a recent appearance on the Top Billin' with Bill Bellamy podcast. When asked if he thinks Smith's slap was a reaction to Chris's joke about Jada having alopecia, Tony said,
No, he wasn't embarrassed. Everybody saw the footage. He laughed first. So that's not embarrassment.
Right.
He was laughing. And then in the time they cut to my brother and cut back, he was already up walking. So maybe it was the Jada look.
Tony also has a theory on why Will reacted so violently. He thinks that it has all to do with Jada's relationship to the late Tupac and Will's feelings about it.
But I think that slap was the accumulation of him being slapped
on other levels.
He said it himself. He always hated the soft moniker.
Right.
He's soft. Jada and won't let Tupac die. It's always something about Tupac and his daughter brought up Tupac. And I'm not bringing up family stuff that people don't know. This is stuff that everybody knows. She commonly talks about Tupac, her relationship with Tupac. As a married man to this woman, you're like, damn, is what I'm doing not enough?
Can I live?
Yeah.
Everybody knows that Jada hasn't been shy about her friendship with Tupac Shakur over the years. Although she had publicly admitted several times that she was not romantically involved with him, it is clear that she has a soft corner for him despite it being ages since he died. Tupac's friend Napoleon said he had a lot of love for Jada Pinkett and a lot of respect for her. It looks like Tony believes that all this could have fueled Will's rage. Is that a bit far-fetched? After Will's antics got him banned from attending Academy Awards for 10 years, he seems to have done a lot of introspection. He even put up a 6-minute-long apology video on his social media accounts. In that video, Will apologized to Chris nearly 4 months after hitting him on stage at the Oscars. Will had previously apologized in a statement shared after the incident, saying he reacted emotionally after Chris's joke about his wife Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head. He also apologized to Chris's mother in the video. His mother had previously done an interview where she said,
"When Will slapped Chris, he slapped all of us, but he really slapped me. Because when you hurt my child, you hurt me."
With a heavy heart, he apologized and said,
"That was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man. This is probably irreparable."
From Will's words, it is evident that his friendship with Tony went way back. Years ago, Tony Rock and Will Smith worked together on the sitcom All of Us, on which Rock was a main cast member. Will Smith co-created the show with wife Jada Pinkett Smith and served as an executive producer. It makes sense that Tony was hurt by Will's actions considering their deep friendship. When a fan asked him about his reaction to the apology video, Tony wrote, "All the crumbs and losers on social media repeatedly said it had nothing to do with me and I should be quiet or stay out of it. Others said I, who's been making lots of money since 1999, was commenting in an attempt to gain notoriety." He also added, "Now, after being mentioned personally in the video, smart people, very few on social media, will realize I wasn't just some dude on the outside looking in. There was a genuine friendship. So to all those idiots with their negative comments, you can respectfully SMD." Unlike his brother, Chris hasn't said much about the incident publicly. However, in one of his comedy shows, he made it clear that he was not a victim. He said, "Anyone who says words hurt has never been punched in the face. I'm not a victim. Yeah, that shit hurt, mother effer. But I shook that shit off and went to work the next day. I don't go to the hospital for a paper cut." Although he hasn't addressed the apology video directly, he did hint at it in a show in his Ego Death World tour. Right after the video was released, he said, "Everybody is trying to be an effing victim. If everybody claims to be a victim, then nobody will hear the real victims. Even me getting smacked by Suge Smith. I went to work the next day. I got kids." In the video, Will dedicated a part to informing the public that he was working on setting things right with Chris. He said,
"I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk. And when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk."
Everyone, including Jada, is hoping that the two men will set aside the hate between them and go back to being buddies again. On her talk show, she said,
"My deepest hope is that these two intelligent, capable men have an opportunity to heal, talk this out, and reconcile. The state of the world today, we need them both. Until then, Will and I are continuing to do what we have done for the last 28 years, and that's keep figuring out this thing called life together."
The night of this year's Oscars was terrible for both Will and Chris. It is never okay to physically assault people when you don't agree with them. But people make mistakes. We think that it is high time that this ugliness is forgotten. What do you think? Do you think that Will deserves forgiveness? Do you agree with Tony's thoughts on the Oscars incident? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We will be back soon with a new video. Until then, bye.